Friends, today we are going to study a very famous political novel that is Animal Farm, written by George Orwell. George Orwell is the pen name of Greek author Blair. He was an essayist, a literary critic, advocate, and fighter for the political changes that were taking in the world. He was born on 25th June 1903. He was born in India, that is in the Bengal region. His father was a civil servant. The name of his father was Richard Bansley Blair. In 1904, he moved to England for study and he joined a school at Cyprian, that was a famous school there. Eh, In an autobiographical essay titled Such Were the Joys, Orwell described the social changes he endured as a scholarship student among England's wealthy elite. He completed his graduation in 1921. In 1922, he joined the Indian Imperial Police in Burma. During his travels, he met a lady. Her name was Alien Sonsney. In 1936, he married that lady. He also worked as a war correspondent during the Second World War for BBC, and he remarried in 1949 to Sonia Brownsea, and he passed away on the 1st January 1950. He also wrote many books, and from 1934 onward, he thrust himself in the field of writing. His first novel appeared in 1934, that is The Burmese Days. The second novel appeared in 1935, that is A Clergyman's Daughter. In 1936, the third novel, The Road to Big Empire. The novel under discussion came in 1945, that is Animal Farm. In 1948, he published his last novel, that is 1984. In one of his works, he wrote about the politics, the essay title, Politics and the English Language. He writes about the politics, I quote, "In our age, there is no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political issues. Politics itself is a mass of lies, evasions, folly, and hatred." He was influenced by the work of Karl Marx, that is Das Kapital. Das Kapital was published in 1861. In that book, Karl Marx describes the atrocities of the big people, of the rich people, the people of the money and power. He also describes how the rich people exploit the common people and the common person. And next, I come to about the early 20th century of Russia. At that time, Tsars were the rulers of Russia. They were tyrant. They were living a life of totalitarian state. And at that time, Lenin was there. Lenin opposed the tyranny of these people, and the Russian Revolution took place in October 1917. And now I come to the novel, that is Animal Farm. In Animal Farm, there are certain characters. Old Major is there. He's a prize middle white boar. Next, we meet Napoleon. He's a pig. He became the dictator later on. Next character is Snowball. He was of inventive mind, but he was expelled from the animal form. Stuart was a propagandist who can turn black into white and white into black. On the other hand, we have Boxer. He was a faithful worker. The other animals are Benjamin, a donkey, Clover, Molly, and Mr. Jones is there. He is the owner of the manor home. Now we come to in what manner the novel starts. Mr. Jones was the owner of the manor home. There was an old major. He dreamed a dream. He invited all the animals to give the message of his dream. At the time of night, all the animals arrived there to listen the words from the mouth of old major. Old major cleared his thought and he started to speak. I quote, "Comrades," unquote. He reported their miserable condition. He also narrated that the animals are not living a natural life. They die before their natural life. Animals are living a life of slavery. It is the man who eats without work, but he becomes the master of all the animals. He invoked all the animals for rebellion. He said that it is the tyranny of the human beings. He invoked the animals to get rid of man. He said that all men are enemies, all animals are comrades. Next, in the last, he started to sing, he recollected the song and started to sing, Beast of England, beast of Ireland, beast of every land and clime, hearken to my joyful tidings of the golden future time, of the golden future time. The teachings of Old Major, the main contents of the Old Major's speech were elaborated into a complete system of thought, and it was given the name of animalism. Uh, the main ideas of that animalism are like that: all animals are equal, man is the enemy. He invited all the animals to struggle for the unity of the animal form. And finally, he said that man is the only creature that consumes without producing. Later on, these principles of animalism were converted into the Seven Commandments. Seven Commandments are just like the articles of the Constitution, and Seven Commandments run like that. Whatever goes upon two legs is an enemy. Whatever goes upon four legs or has wings is a friend. No animal shall wear clothes. No animal shall sleep in a bed. No animal shall drink alcohol. No animal shall kill any other animal. All animals are equal. And these seven commandments were written on the boundary of the animal form. And after some time, there were secret meetings among the animals, and there are certain causes of rebellion. In those days, Mr. John was not passing in good condition. He could not give attention to the animals. Animals were unfed, they were not properly cared, cows were not properly milked, and it was the habit of Mr. John that used to drink heavily at the time of night, and he lost in the lacacy. And in that condition, Mr. Jones and his men were made out of the manure form, and naturally, animals captured the manure form, and by chance, pigs became the leader. There were three pigs, namely Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer. In that condition, these pigs started to manage the manure form. They changed the name of the manure form into the animal form, and there were certain activities were taking place. But when we come to the chapter 4, we see in what manner Jones and his men try to recapture the animal form. At that time, Snowball was the commander of the defensive operation. In the first line of attack, he ordered the pigeons to mute in the air. Gives were ordered to pack the cows of their legs. It was just to create little disorder among the people, among the men. Then next time he launched his second line of attack. At that time, Benjamin, Muriel, Sims were included, and they started to fight. Suddenly, Snowball gave a cry to go back. It was a signal to retreat, and the men thought that it was their victory, and they started to run here and there. It created disorder among the men, and at the last time it was the final attack. Snowball himself participated in that battle. Several men dropped their sticks and tried to run away. And within 5 minutes, they were forced to retreat. And a victory ceremony was celebrated. Animal Hero First Class was confirmed on Snowball and Boxer, and the Animal Hero Second Class was given to the dead sheep. And that battle was named as the Battle of Cowsack. After this, there were certain activities which were taking place. So on the side, there were Sunday meetings for passing the resolution for the next week. Pigs getting power. Pigs were becoming leaders. Later on, dictator. Now it was a great issue of that windmills should be constructed or not. It was a point of honor. A windmill or no windmill. Napoleon used to say, I quote, vote for Napoleon and the full manager. On the other hand, I quote, vote for Snowball and 3 days a week, unquote. In this manner, Snowball and Napoleon were never in agreement. But on the day of voting, it was seen that that Snowball was going to lead the conversation. Meanwhile, Napoleon ordered the four dogs to change Snowball. Snowball was made out of the animal form, and Snowball was expelled, and naturally the power came into the hands of Napoleon. Napoleon became a tyrant. Napoleon became a powerful uh, pig, and he executed his tyranny by slaughtering other animals without any cause. See, remember, without any cause. And in the chapter 7, we see there was a confession scene. Napoleon called upon animals to confess their crimes. All the animals came there, and four pigs who opposed Napoleon, they were forced to confess their sin, and they were forced to accept that they collaborated with Snowball in destroying the windmill, and they were executed. They were at the time, and they were slaughtered on the spot. Hans also confessed that Snowball appeared to them in a dream. In a dream, they were slain then and there. Remember that in a dream, to see a person in a dream becomes a crime, and they were slaughtered there. Ships also confessed their crimes, and they were put to death. And within a few hours, we see that there was a pile of corpses lying before Napoleon's feet. We also see that how Napoleon became a dictator. Beast of England was heard no more. A new song was imposed, and it runs like that. Animal form, never through me shall thou come to harm. In this manner, the power of one man started to appear in the animal form. Napoleon became a dictator. All the time was trying to prove his authority, and Sunday meetings were stopped. They started to say that they are the brain workers. They moved to the farmhouse. They started to behave like the human beings, and they give a very popular order that Sunday working on Sunday is not necessary, but those animals who do not work on Sundays, their rations will be reduced to half. And see what a funny order. In the same manner, 7 commandments were reduced to 1, and all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal. And a new Beast of England was replaced by a point comrade Napoleon, and see in what manner it was inscribed on the big bond, and it was surmounted by the portrait of Napoleon. The animals, we also see that animals were shocked to hear that Snowball was a traitor, that Snowball was against the animals, but they were forced to admit that Snowball was a traitor and he destroyed the windmill. When we come to the 9th chapter, we meet a faithful worker, that is Boxer. All the time he used to say, I quote, I will work harder, and Napoleon is always right, unquote. He toiled for the constraints of the windmill. By the passage of time, his lungs became weaker. He could not work properly. One day he fell down, and Schuyler came there, and he was sold to the anchor, but animals were surprised to see that it was reported that he was being taken to the hospital. Next day, it was reported that Napoleon was near the bedside of Boxer in the hospital, but it was not so. Schuyler misreported everything and lied that Napoleon was at his bedside in the hospital. Now we also come to know that a cry of horror burst out among all the animals. Now we come to the 10th chapter. What happens next? Year passed. The season came and went. A time came when there was no one who remembered the old days before the rebellion. Moreover, Napoleon was carrying a whip in his trotter. There was a deadly silence. All the animals were amazed, terrified. They were huddling together. The animals watched the long line of pigs marching slowly around the yard. It was as though the world has turned. In this manner, the pigs took the power of power. And in the last chapter, we also see that there was a meeting between Wellington and Napoleon. But you could not recognize that who is who and which is which. In this manner, there was confusion, and the novel ends. My dear students, to some, Animal Farm is a fairy story. To some, it is a political story. To some, it is a work of satire. George Orwell used allegory to satirize dictatorship in the totalitarian states. Napoleon is like Stalin. Napoleon resembles the working style of Stalin of Russia. Uh, in the same manner, Snowball is just like Trotsky, who was expelled from Russia. Animals are like the labor class. They were not cared, they were exploited. Animal farm is just like the USSR, where the power of the one man become the whole soul power of the constitution, and seven commandments are like the constitution, which were amended as and when they wanted. In the end, we come to say that Animal Farm is a work of satire directed against dictatorship, against tyranny, against exploitation in the world. George Orwell also satirizes communism, Stalinism, dictatorship, exploitation. Thank you.